But that one was the one, but it was for the wrong. It had the wrong result. It made him a very, very dangerous man, and you could see how intense he was on wanting to go out there. And even when he was throwing in early in the fight, when he was throwing counter punches, I've never seen him throw with that kind of, like Mike Tyson used to say, bad intentions.
Any kind of success or any kind of result, especially after that performance. Usyk's getting better and better. He just improves every time he fights, and now he's bigger and thicker set, 20 pound heavier tonight than what he was when he beat Usyk.
Recent training clips show Usyk looking absolutely incredibly incredible like no one else in the sport. His training style is so different and creative that it sharpens his vision to the max. It's like he sees punches before they're even thrown. Movements are smooth, sharp, and almost unreal. This rare style of training is exactly why he's so hard to hit him, why no one finds him easy to beat in the ring. Many people doubted if Usyk could keep winning against younger, stronger heavyweights. When he faced Daniel Dubois again, critics were watching closely. But instead of backing down, Usyk gave a masterclass. His footwork, timing, and calmness were on another level. Russ Somber noted that Usyk came in with a point to prove, and he did. He set the pace, picked Dubois apart, and reminded the world that his skills are still elite.
Out.
This wasn't just a win, it was a message. Usyk is still at the top of the heavyweight game.
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I was surprised because I had never seen him so intent on wanting to knock somebody out. It's the quickest knockout he scored, I think, in his professional career.
Yes,
I'd
even
have
at
to look
cruiserweight.
I'd have to look to be sure, but it's the quickest knockout he scored. He was a man on a mission. He was really personally hurt and offended by the remarks made by Team Dubois, by George Fox, Don Charles' son, by Don himself. I think the straw that broke the camel's back was questioning Usyk's faith.
Yes.
Now you could question a lot. You can question his skill, question boxing, or whatever you want. Questioning his faith, bro.
Yeah.
That was something that really hit a chord, and you don't often. Tyson Fury couldn't get to
he tried
Usyk
every head
mentally,
game in the book.
But that one was the one, but it was for the wrong. It had the wrong result. It made him a very, very dangerous man, and you could see how intense he was on wanting to go out there, and even when he was throwing in early in the fight. When he was throwing counter punches, I've never seen him throw with that kind of, like Mike Tyson used to say, bad intentions.
Yeah, bad intentions, yeah.
He was throwing with bad intentions, yeah.
Usyk's greatness isn't just about boxing. At the height of his career, he made a bold choice to serve Ukraine when war broke out. While others fled to safety, Usyk stood up for his country. This earned him huge respect and showed he's not just a champion in the ring, but also a patriot. His rise from being ignored by British fighters to now being seen as a once-in-a-generation talent says a lot. Usyk never asked for respect. He earned it with his courage and his fists.
Usyk's involvement in the war began when he enlisted in the Ukrainian Territorial Defense Forces after the Russian invasion. His decision to fight for Ukraine has had a profound impact on the country, making him a symbol of hope and resistance. Usyk's presence on the front lines has boosted the morale of the Ukrainian military and civilian population alike. So this man kept his heavyweight championship, continued to be heavyweight champion, no losses, nothing on his record, and still went and defended his country during war. Given that, you gotta give him the greatest heavyweight fighter of all time. His accolades inside the ring match it. But now that I find this out that the man was in the front line, and they said that even after the Fury fight, he was keeping in contact with the soldiers and he was, boosting the morale and boosting his countrymen and raising money for the war, regardless of the politics, whether the war should be going on or not and who should be killing who, it don't matter. The man went to war.
Carl Froch has openly praised Usyk's steady rise. With each fight, he looks stronger, smarter, and more dangerous. Froch said Joseph Parker isn't a real threat, especially based on his past losses. He even suggested that Usyk might think about retiring soon. He's already done it all. Usyk has won in different weight classes, defended his titles, and proven he's the best of this era. Facing someone like Moses now wouldn't change his legacy. Froch's view is shared by many. Usyk has nothing left to prove.
Heavier tonight than what it was when he beat Fury, which I said earlier. He just looks like a big, solid heavyweight, big, solid, dangerous heavyweight, but I'd like to see him retire. He's 38 years old. Eventually, it's going to catch up with him, the age, and there's nothing left to do. He's made an absolute fortune, and he don't need it anymore. He's done it. He's clocked it. He's completed it. It's like he's got the cheat code, and it's like it's not fair on everybody else. So I'd like to see Usyk retire. Let me know in the comments who you'd like to see him fight next. Somebody like Moses Atoma, I just don't think is going to be ready. I think if you're managing Moses, you need to take your time with him. You can't be chucking him in there. People say, yeah, chuck him in there with him, fight him, see how he goes. If he gets beat, he's lost to Usyk. But it could destroy his soul. It could take away that young, promising prospect that Atoma is. He could have a good future, and to fight somebody like Usyk now, if he got wiped out and got disheartened, it could be the end of his career. So I just think Usyk now, really, nobody can say anything to Usyk if he retires now after that win. He's done everything there is to do. Fury twice, AJ twice, now Dubois twice. There's nobody else left to beat. He's done it. Usyk should just hang the gloves up. He's been a fantastic addition to the heavyweight division since coming up from cruiserweight. He's been absolutely brilliant, and what he did tonight against Dubois was nothing short of just, he made it look easy. And I don't want to disrespect Daniel Dubois, but he just made it look easy, and he does make rounds look easy, doesn't he? Whoever is in with, whether he's in with Tyson Fury, whether he's in with AJ, he makes it look easy.
Joseph Parker's name is still being talked about as a possible opponent for Usyk, but most people don't see it as a serious challenge. Oladipo offered another idea, a rematch with Derek Chisora. It's not because it would be competitive, but because Chisora brings drama and excitement, turns every fight into a show with his wild energy and big personality. Still, from a boxing point of view, neither Parker nor Chisora seems like a real threat to Usyk right now.
Then, well, here it is. Here's your world title shot. You're going to fight for a world title, right? But if you're Joseph Parker, and I spoke to Andy Lee, it isn't just a case of fighting for a world title. You want to fight the number one for the world title, and that guy is Oleksandr Usyk. So, yeah, there must be loads of conversations going on right now. Loads of conversations. I did say this the other day, and I don't know, sometimes I'm like, when I was in the ring and I was interviewing Oleksandr Usyk, I was desperate because of my love for Joseph Parker. I was desperate for Joseph Parker to get, I know he got in the ring after, but I'm talking about on the zone. So whilst everyone is still in the stadium and everyone's still tuned in, I was desperate for him to kind of just jump in the ring. I was desperate for him to do it. Chisora was trying to do. So Chisora knows how to play the game. And as much as people are like, what's Chisora doing? Chisora won't get the fight, but that's kind of what you got to do. And I know people are like, well, 1 second, it's not like that. It's ranking. Well, no, it's not though, is it? Because again, Oleksandr Usyk can vacate the belt. He can say no. You have to kind of do what Daniel Dubois did last time. Daniel Dubois, rightly or wrongly, got in the ring, pissed Usyk off. Usyk's like, okay, we'll fight then. Fuck it. If this is what you're doing, dude, we'll fight. And I felt like there was a time where I wanted Joseph Parker to almost nudge me. And I'm telling you now, we're kind of told not to give the mic. I don't know if you see, I always hold on to the mic. I would have given Joseph Parker the mic. And I would like Joseph Parker because there's a mean side to Joseph Parker. I think everyone sees the friendly side. I've seen the mean side. And I wanted Joseph Parker to say, I want my shot. You've been ducking me. All these things might not be true, but do it. Sell it. The crowd would have gone a bit wild, right? Because I think a lot of the crowd want Joseph Parker to get his shot. But that's not what happened. And all of a sudden, you're seeing Jake Paul in the ring doing a face-off. You're seeing all these. And I'm like, where's Joseph Parker? Where are you, Joseph?
Some people have started comparing Usyk to Muhammad Ali. Their styles may be different, but they share the same kind of greatness. Both have an intelligence in the ring that goes beyond talent. They don't just fight, they confuse, trick, and outthink their opponents. Usyk's ability to read a fight, adjust, and break down his rivals is a lot like what made Ali special. The comparison isn't about fame, it's about skill. It shows how big Usyk's impact really is today.
Interesting heavyweight division, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys thought of Usyk's performance, where he ranks on the all-time list. I know, everybody was big into their nostalgia, but remember, Soviets were not turning pro until the 90s, and I think that makes a big difference. That's another thing. Heavyweights are bigger. Lefties are more common now, and also the Soviet era of fighters did not start turning pro until the 90s. So the old days, they didn't have to deal with those guys. So a lot of things that also favor Usyk being a GOAT. But of course, man, it's hard to pick against Ali being the GOAT.
Roy Jones Jr. was honestly shocked by how easily Usyk beat Daniel Dubois. Dubois is known for power and size, but Jones said his plan was too simple to work against someone as skilled and smart as Usyk. He believes power alone can't beat Usyk. You need brains, strategy, and the ability to adapt. Usyk studies his opponents like a chess master, small habits and using them to win. Jones said, if you don't have a near-perfect plan, you won't survive in the ring with Usyk. That says a lot coming from a legend. Usyk doesn't. Just win, he breaks fighters mentally. If you think power is enough, you've already lost. Roy's words reveal the truth. Usyk's biggest weapon is his mind.